So we're making some updates on the 33. I've always been having some issues of reliability of starting the car, and I finally, and I have no idea why, but finally realizing that, maybe my battery is way underpowered for this car. And it is the suggested battery for this car, but then did you factor in what engine you put in and all that kind of stuff? And so I'm actually putting in a battery with almost twice the strength as this one, and that means I need to change the battery holder to accommodate for that. So I got this sitting over there. So we're gonna save what's in the computer right now, take this all apart. Supposedly the holes at the bottom all match what's already here in the car, so this should be an easy switch out. And I also noticed, since that pole's on the side and there's no poles on the sides at all, I don't have to worry about this running into the ground cable. So I'm actually really excited about that. Hopefully we have enough. Looks like we have definitely enough to accommodate that, but we'll see. We will see. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so we got this one in. We just perfectly got this against the wall, and I was still able to get that screw in. Not as pretty looking as the other one, but it actually starts the car better, so that's really good. So we got our tenderer working to get this thing up to par, and a few hours later that will be good to go. But even with it not up to par, it starts the car fine, so that's good. Where the other battery would not, so that's good. Yes, it does get dirty and dusty in Arizona. It's very cringy, but we're hoping that once this is good, that I'll be actually using the car. And then the last thing I need to do is, I think I overfilled the air conditioning system. And so what that entails is probably taking this light and this whole side panel off and then taking it to a shop. I could depressurize some of it, which I might do. I might try. It's worth trying, I guess. And then after that, get that going from somebody. And then we're good. This thing is ready to go, and could take it out and have fun. Well, happy holidays, everybody. It's been a while since we've talked about the 33, and as you just saw, I did some updates on the battery, which has worked out really well. I just went for a ride today without having my battery on a tender for a week, and then I barely plugged it in an hour before I left, and I had no issues starting the car, taking off, going where I needed to go. So the next test will be making a few stops and making sure that the battery is fully working and able to get the car back home. As you know, in the past, I've gone places and for that photo shoot and needed a jump. And so we're learning. We're getting through the process here. I don't know how I spaced on the size of the battery in this one, but I just followed the manual. Didn't take anything else into account. So in any case, it's been kind of a wild ride. If you haven't been following the channel, I've been working on the 66 Econoline van, Falcon Club Wagon, and that's been a very interesting process. And it's kind of the opposite process of the 33, since the 33 came in with all brand new parts and everything boxed up and ready to go. And so this has been dismantle everything, restore everything, then box it up, put it away, and then get to the van eventually. So that's kind of been a big learning process. I've been doing a lot of painting on parts and having a lot of difficulties with some of the new PPS cup systems. Just weird, bizarre stuff. And so hopefully we have that figured out and flushed out soon. Other than that, car's amazing. It's clean. You just saw it was really dirty. It performed really well. And it's actually, I mean, I have sensitive hearing, so I still wear earplugs, but with the whole interior and everything in the car, it's actually not too bad. It's you really feel comfortable. You don't feel like you're in a rattling cage or anything like that. It's a really nice ride and dampened ride with, I have all the extra, it's from Factory 5 cut out to the car, but it's like a Dynamat type sound absorption. And that, along with the carpet and everything, has worked out really well. I'm hitting about 800 miles on this car right now, which, believe me, is not a lot. I think I did at least probably 500 on the car before I tore it down to paint it. Maybe even 600 on the car. So I haven't really put too many miles on it since I built it. And of course I'm project oriented, so once I hopped on the van, like, I'm doing that and I'm not doing too much else, but I'm trying to find that balance right now, and getting this battery issue fixed is kind of like the biggest one now, because now I feel comfortable going on a Sunday drive, hitting lunch, and knowing that I'll be able to start my car and get back home. So I have an LQ4 engine, which is basically your 6.0 LS engine. It's 30 over, so that's basically almost a 6.2. It's like 370 cc's instead of 376. I am averaging right now about 13 miles per gallon, and the tank itself is officially 13 gallons. So it's actually a decent amount of range. It's and the meter for the gas tank, you know, like if you fill it all the way up, the meter's not all the way pinned. I think it goes like 3/4. So I've been like finding this balance, and since I'm, you know, sporadically doing this, I'm finally kind of dialing in that, okay, 3/4 of a tank is a full tank, and that's around, we'll say 10 plus or 13 gallons, because I don't really like filling it up to the top, because then it will, if you hit some bumps or whatever, it'll get into your charcoal canister and cause some issues. So, or take a really hard turn. So I kind of now have a good feel, like if I have an eighth of a tank left, am I going to run out of gas? That was the big fear during the first 500 miles was, am I going to run out of gas? I only have an eighth of tank. And it's just that the meter's not adjusted fully. So now I know, like, if I have an eighth of a tank, that's pretty much 3/4 divided by 3, you know, somewhere in the 4-gallon range, and I'm getting 13 miles per gallon, so I know I'm good for, you know, 26 miles before I need to fill up. So that makes it a little bit more confident going out. So in any case, you know, this car is doing great. The last thing I have to do is just fix the air conditioning. I think I overfilled it, so I need to back some out, and that involves taking the side panel off and the headlights. So that's kind of like, you know, that's a lot of work actually. And it's, you could do it as a one-man job, but now that it's painted, It's a little safer to do with a two-man job, so you don't accidentally scratch something, because you have to take the headlight off to get the panel off. So I think that's next. I tried once like loosening the panel and leaving the headlight on and seeing if I could like get in there, and it's not really happening. So I think I'll take that off, and it's still valid to drive around like that, no problem. And then if I need to take it to an expert, great. If not, I'll try to figure it out on my own. So that's what's going on with the car. So, and I'm just kind of coming into season right now for driving this thing around, so I'm really happy about that. Probably take it to some, cars and coffee, stuff like that, kind of get back in the groove on that side. The van's been, it hasn't been brutal. Like, it's a lot of work, but it hasn't been brutal. But I'm starting to get into those areas where might be a little bit above what I could do. Or I've just been so deep into it that I need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a, let's kick back and think about this for a second before we tackle more. Saying hi to all my neighbors as they drive by. Yeah, I'm kind of at that realm right now where I need to make some big decisions and implement some stuff, and I'm also kind of financially trying to figure out what direction I want to go. I still have the full idea in mind. It's just how fast I want to implement. I've been getting a little bit burnt out on just I work pretty much by myself, and then when I do this car stuff, I'm working by myself, and so it becomes a very isolated solopreneur, I'll call it, and that's been a little bit taxing on me. When I hop into projects, I just go, and so I'm trying to find that, again, work balance type thing, and which includes the van, the car, so I've been kind of kicking back lately. I'm looking forward to this Thanksgiving and seeing family and hanging out and just kind of kicking back. And sometimes great ideas come to you when you're able to decompress. So, or I should say, good ideas come to you all the time when you decompress. At least for me, it does. So that's what I'm going to be doing, but that's kind of an update. So if you haven't been following the van, please subscribe, like, and have a great holiday.